Giano's has been serving fresh, wholesome Italian food at tremendous prices. Long an Iowa City favorite, Zio Giano's has fabulous pizza, spaghetti, sandwiches, and other Italian delights. So whether you're dining in, carrying out, or getting their fast free delivery, your whole family will love Zio Giano's. For lunch, dinner, or catering for up to 10,000 people, make your choice Zio Giano's, 953 South Riverside Drive in Iowa City.
So come to Zio Giano's, our pasta makes you sing. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's.
Hawkeye fans, you love watching the black and gold. You know Hawkeye black and gold. As a Hawkeye fan, there are no better colors than the Hawkeye black and gold. Hi, I'm Steve Anderson. When you're buying, selling, or refinancing your property, consider the green and white team, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Give us a call at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement. The team you love, the people you trust.
Are you building a new business or planning on building a new church? Call Apex Construction at 339-1543. Are you planning to remodel your business? Call Apex Construction at 339-1543. Do you need quality workmanship and attention to detail on your project? Call Apex Construction at 339-1543. With over 2 decades of peak quality service to the Iowa City area, call Steve or Harvey at 339-1543 or visit online at apexconstructionco.com.
GT Carr, owner of Supple Siding and Remodeling, offers service and quality that is unmatched in the area. At Supple Siding and Remodeling, their trained professionals will install and guarantee the products used in any size job done, regardless of the project. Supple Siding and Remodeling will stand behind their quality products and installation with exceptional customer service. Whether it's a window replacement, a kitchen remodel, or a house addition, our employees are committed to quality. Visit sales at supples.net or call 337-2246.
Hi, I'm Leah Cohen, inviting you to join us at Bo James in downtown Iowa City. Our grill is fired up and ready to serve all the great Hawkeye fans. Whether it's a big-ass beer or a burger basket, Bo James is open, morning, noon, and night, with a full-service menu. You'll love the burgers. Great food, great staff. Come see us. Bo James, downtown Iowa City.
You're listening to Tommy Lang on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
And it is Hey Lang. Normally I go into music now, but we have an in-studio guest, Laura VandeBerg, joining us. Thank you for coming in again.
Hey, thanks for having me in again.
You're the only guest I've had on multiple times who's come into the studio both times.
Hey, that's commitment.
A lot of
I'm
people
here for.
just phone it in, but you came out to the cornfield to hang out with us.
Yep.
I appreciate it, because you are going to start working again this week. Mm-hmm. Saturday, first Iowa game, but you're probably doing something with Fry Fest too. Right?
I am, yeah. So I do the emceeing for the product showcase that they have. So it's basically it's kind of like a fashion show with all Hawkeye clothes. So it's a lot of fun, and it's student led, which I like. So kind of giving back in that way. And then Matt is actually going to be opening up the Fry Fest pep rally. So he's going to be speaking there. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Fry Fest is always fun. They've been doing it for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. We used to be down there on the landing. We're not anymore, but I still try and make it down there. Like last year I made it down after work and hung out for a bit. It's a lot of fun, and if you need to stock up on new, this is how much of, I'm not usually a fashion guy. Mm-hmm. I own a few T-shirts I get from the radio station, and that's about it. But every year it's like, this is fashion season for me. Yeah. I don't want to wear the same old Hawkeye stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. Fry Fest, that's the place to go.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there, and I'll pick stuff up at the events as well. One of the things I love about the University of Iowa is that they sell team-specific stuff at the events. You go to Iowa softball, you can buy Iowa softball T-shirts and hats. You go to baseball, I've got like a jersey I'm going to wear for the Be Bold Wear. Oh, it's called Be Bold Wear Gold. That was what they used to call it, but now it's gold out or something.
I think it's just Gold Game.
The Gold Game, okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Because I bought one of those script Iowa baseball jerseys.
Oh,
in
nice,
gold,
yeah.
Literally like in March, thinking, I'm going to wear this for that first game because I knew that was going to be the game where they were going to have the Gold Game. Mm-hmm. So.
It's a tough one. Gold is hard to find.
I've had people tell me that. Captain Steve, who owns the station, said that. He goes, I don't know how much gold stuff I own. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that there was one year, it was way before you were here. You were probably in high school when this happened. Where the first time they tried to do it, and the university, God bless them for doing it, They put the black game in early and the gold game late. Mm-hmm. And I guess people just own black jackets.
Yes.
So they said, well, let's fix this.
Yep.
So the gold game is now the warmer weather, and the black game is usually later in the season, like last year against Ohio State. Did you go on the field for that game?
I was, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We had Tom Brands, and I can't remember who our honorary captain was.
Oh, well, I knew you were on the field normally. That's your job. But I mean, like, afterwards, did you say, I have to rush the field?
Oh,
or did
right.
Get out of the way.
I got out of the way. I went over to where all the security was. It was like right by the south end zone goal post, and I was right underneath of it, sitting on one of those benches.
I ran
Just
right
watching.
by you.
Did you?
I was sitting with the marching band in the front row of the south end zone.
Yep, yeah. So, yeah, I stayed there, just watched from afar, videoed, and then caught Matt in the tunnel afterward. Yeah, we got lucky. He was one of the last players into the tunnel, and I went running in there, and there he was.
How was your first year? Because this was your first full year on the job doing football, basketball. I saw you at a couple of baseball games.
Yep. It was good. It was really good. I think it's really cool how just in the past 2 years, I've really seen the position. I mean, obviously it's brand new, seen it kind of grow from the ground up. And it's been really cool to see how the fans have reacted to it and just gave me and gave the position a big warm welcome, and I don't think I expected anything less. I mean, it's Iowa, it's Hawkeye fans. They love anything that has to do with the Hawks. But that's been really kind of reassuring and comforting. And that's just like a big blanket thank you to everybody that's been like, we love what you do in game, because you never know how fans are going to react to a little bit of change. And so it's been really cool seeing it grow and then seeing people really accept it in such an awesome way.
And that sort of position is fairly new just in the sports world. I think it started with the NBA, but you see a lot of teams. Somebody else we've actually had on the show a couple of times, Alyssa Bergamini, do you know who?
Yeah, yep.
She does it for the White Sox. She basically has your position with the White Sox.
Right,
and she loves it there. It's been her first year, and she's had a great time doing it there.
Very cool, yeah.
And,
she was a Daily Iowan person, right?
Yeah, she
there
is.
You go.
DITV. That's right, didn't you work at DITV?
I did, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we've had some of them on the show occasionally. I like having them on because you've all gone on so many, bigger and better things.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the ground floor of success,
That's
I like
right.
To watch you grow up as journalists and as, in your case, on-field host.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember when you were a college kid just going to class, 18 years old, not knowing what the world was?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny to look back. I mean, I remember thinking junior and senior year of college, it was like, my dream is to just report for the Hawkeyes. That's all I want to do, just the Hawks. I know that's not really possible, but that's all I want to do, right out of college, and it happened.
Yeah, I always I don't know if I'm alone in this, but just being from Iowa City, born here, raised here, grew up around Kinnick Stadium and literally lived across from Kinnick Stadium in college. When I see the freshmen come in and they have the big ceremony like they did last week where they're on the field at Kinnick, it feels like we're welcoming you in. We are literally welcoming you into our home. Mm-hmm. In this case, not a specific house, but a whole city. But he's like, welcome to, what do you need? Can we help you?
Yeah.
We're hosting them. I feel very paternalistic about it, I guess.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Welcome, kids. So very exciting to see the freshmen come in.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was at On Iowa, and that was my second time at that event, and it was a lot of fun. Because I went to UNI my freshman year, and so I didn't get to do On Iowa.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You made the right choice in the transfer, though.
I did. I know I did. Yeah, it's a good choice.
You're not going to bring that up, though, for the Northern Iowa game, are you?
No, and you know what? Someone might dig up some dirt, because on Facebook, my freshman year of college, Iowa played UNI. That would have been 2013? Yeah. Or 14, one of the two. We played them at Kinnick Stadium, and I came to Iowa City from Cedar Falls wearing a UNI shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't want anyone to dig that up on me. I'm just going to put it out there in the open. I did come to an Iowa game in a UNI shirt.
Was that the double overtime or the 2 block kicks game?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Wasn't that at UNI? Or am I making that up?
No, we don't play at Northern Iowa.
I swear we did one time.
Really?
I might be making that up.
No, the Unidome isn't very big. I think there's rules.
I might be making that up. I'm definitely making it up.
Maybe basketball.
Maybe.
Because they would play in the Unidome for a while.
Maybe. Yeah.
I went to one of those games, actually. Northern Iowa at the Unidome. And, Northern Iowa lost. It wasn't a fun trip for me.
Yeah.
Or Iowa lost.
Yep.
Not a fun trip for me at all. But.
Yikes.
So your first year on the job.
Yes.
Anything that you learned, things that you wish you go, okay, well, let's not do that again, or stuff where you said, wow, that really worked?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of stuff have you learned in the last year?
Whew, man.
That's a broad question. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I've learned, a lot. I think a lot of what I've learned has just been a lot of critiquing myself and kind of sitting down and watching back a lot of the interviews that I did or kind of in-game stuff that I did and being like, oh, that was awkward, or oh, I don't like how that sounds. And just kind of tailoring things to what I think people would enjoy listening to and what people would enjoy watching. And I think that's just a lot of broadcast journalism in general, right? So yeah, I learned a lot about like myself and how to carry myself, I guess, just a lot of like on-field, on-court presence in that way. And then also I learned a lot about just like genuinely listening to people, right? So sometimes when I got nervous before, I'd be thinking, as the person's answering the question that I asked, I'd be thinking about the next one.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, are you? See, learn from me. Come on, Tommy. No, but so I'd be thinking about the next question I was going to ask, and I needed to kind of sit back, calm the nerves, and just listen to them, because maybe that'll change the question that I ask next, or I'll just learn more about them, and I'll have more in my arsenal for the next time that I talk to that athlete or that coach. And so I just think learning to genuinely listen to people and then get to know them, because that's the thing, is once you get to know the coaches and the student athletes and you're close to them, you get to learn that they're just people. Yeah. And so listening to them and hearing their stories, it makes me a better journalist, and then able to share those stories a little more accurately and genuinely. So,
yeah, if I had a tip for young journalists, and you just touched on it, I always try and have a question in mind for the next question, but listen to what they're saying also, and if there's something where you might have a good follow-up, go with it.
Right.
It don't have to be structured. Just
yes.
Go nuts. I've learned that a lot working here, actually. Never structure anything.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's something you have to learn, though, and it's something you have to kind of get comfortable with. And it just kind of comes over time with just being comfortable with the questions you're asking and the things that you're saying and being confident in it. So, yeah, that's what I picked up the last year. A lot of other things. If something comes to mind, I'll blurt it out.
So what have you got coming up? You've got football on Saturday, but I mean, I know soccer's in season, field hockey. Are you doing anything with those?
So soccer's going to be at Iowa State, I believe, on Friday. I think that's right. But I have volleyball actually starting up on Sunday the 9th.
Okay.
I'm a week ahead.
Week from Sunday, yeah.
Yes, so soccer is going to be at Iowa State next Friday. Okay. But then on the 9th, September 9th, right, is a Sunday?
Yes.
Day after the Iowa State game. They're going to be facing Eastern Illinois at 2 p.m. at Carver. So, yeah, that's my next duty. So,
Very nice.
Everything's starting to cross over.
How far ahead in advance do you know that you're going to be doing these interviews? I mean, obviously you know you're doing some, but, I mean, do you know, like, right now who you're interviewing after the first quarter, for example, or something like that, or that just kind of come up on game day? Yeah,
I don't know right now. They don't release the honorary captain until like Thursday or Friday. And unfortunately, I find that out when everyone else does, because they don't want it to leak, and rightfully so. So I find that out pretty late. But, I mean, I have the whole Friday and Saturday morning or day to kind of go over those questions and figure out what I'm going to ask. Those ones are typically pretty scripted just because we have a set amount of time, and typically the honorary captains or the guests like to know those questions ahead of time so they can be prepared. That's a lot of people to stand in front of.
So do you script the questions, or does the university say ask them about this? Or does it maybe depend on who the guest is?
It kind of depends on who the guest is. So for our coaches, I mean, we usually have like talking about the upcoming season or the season prior. But as far as all of the questions go for those guests for game day, it's kind of a team effort. I'll usually script a few, send them off and say, what do you guys think? And then they kind of pull from it and say, yes, no, change this up, ask this, or whatever. So
like with the honorary captain, you probably have to do some background research.
Yes.
Unless you're familiar with them,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of background research. Want to make sure you get all the years right, things like that. You can't always rely on the internet. A lot of times we'll be down on the sideline 10 seconds from the interview, and I'll be like, it was 03, right? You played in 03? No, it was 04. Oh, okay, sorry. And then kind of switch it up there. But other than that, yeah, it's a lot of background research, making sure everything is accurate, and yeah.
By the way, maybe someday I'll get to throw to you because I've started filling in now for the baseball team as public address announcer.
Oh, very cool.
I only did 3 games, and one of them was a really early series against Evansville where it was freezing. Mm-hmm. Then there was a co-game that they sort of scheduled at the last second, like literally the day before. So I haven't had to work with you, but at some point I'm probably going to throw it to you if I'm doing this long enough. So
yeah.
We may be a team at some point.
Hey, I'm up for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. If they want me back this spring, I don't know yet.
Right, we'll see.
But it is cool. See. It is so cool. You and I can understand this. When you get that check in the mail that says University of Iowa Athletic Department, and you feel like you are employed, you are a part of this.
Yeah,
it's really exciting. I know I only did the 4 games, but still, it's very, for me, thrilling.
It is, yeah, it definitely is. And it's, I mean, like you said, you grew up in Iowa City, went to the university. I'm similar, grew up in Cedar Rapids. My sister was a cheerleader at Iowa. Her husband played at Iowa, and Matt played. I've just been a Hawkeye my whole life. And so this has been, and is still obviously, like the ultimate dream. I mean, anytime I come off the court, anytime I come off the field, if I can find my boss, I go up to him and I say, hey, thank you. And it's like, I can't emphasize enough how thankful I am for the entire position, for everybody that's, like I said before, kind of welcomed me with open arms. And so they've watched me grow. I wasn't the greatest from the beginning. I had just graduated, and I didn't get a whole lot of backlash to my face or on social media. And I think that is special about Iowa and about Hawkeye fans is, they just appreciate anything that's in addition to their game day experience or their experience with getting news like Hawkeye news and Iowa sports news. So I mean, anytime that I'm walking off the court and someone says, hey, you did a nice job, I'm so thankful for that. And that means an incredible amount to me. I don't even remember what you asked me, but...
No, I don't either. That's the beauty of the interview.
That's right.
We could go wherever we want to with it.
That's right.
I will say, though, and I'm not just saying this to be nice to you, but if you were not good at it, I think you would have heard that, too.
Yeah, I think
people
so,
would have been complaining, who's this?
Right.
Ruined everything.
She's ruined everything.
I mean, even if you felt like you weren't doing a great job at the beginning, clearly you were, or else I'm sure people would have said something. Even on social media, people are mean.
Yeah, well, this
I don't know
is
if
true.
you knew that.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, I mean, it's been an awesome experience from the very beginning. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And what's got to be great is when you go out, either in public, like maybe just go to the grocery store or something, go to a restaurant, or on social media where people can find you and follow you. When they see you, the first thing they think is Hawkeye Athletics now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's got to be way cool.
It is. It's insane. There's a lot of people that, are you Laura VandeBerg? I'm like, yeah, why do you know that? And sometimes I forget, especially over the summer. A lot of people just kind of forget about athletics because it's not really, nothing's really in season at some point in the summer. And so, like you said, when I'm at the grocery store or at the mall and someone comes up for a picture, I'm struck by it. It's just kind of like, oh, with me, or you want me to grab Matt, because at first it was like, hey, would you mind taking a picture of me and Matt? Sure. Just the person behind the camera, but that's kind of changed and evolved, and it's been really cool. Really, really cool. So
maybe he'll be one of the guest captains.
Yeah, maybe.
Now there you could probably find something to talk about.
That's true. Yeah. We'll see. I wouldn't have to do as much research, that's for sure.
Oh, did you have to do a lot of research before you got the job? How well versed in Hawkeye lore do you have to be to do this job? Because I thought driving in, I got a personalized plate, a Hawkeye plate, and my first thought was, I should find out from her if the university gets money from that. I'm like, she won't know that.
No idea. I have no idea. And that's the funny thing. It's funny you ask me that because, at events and things, people will come up to me and ask me questions about marketing or music or the band or what, and I'm like, to be honest with you, I have no idea. I can get you the right person that'll know the answer, but I don't know, man. So yeah, that's kind of funny because people just assume that I just know everything. Yeah. But which is funny. What was the question you asked me? Oh, how well versed do I need to be?
How much? Yeah, it's like study and research to get the job. Because when you applied, I imagine there was a quiz where they asked you Hawkeye background questions or anything like that.
Yeah, there wasn't a quiz. Okay. No, I think that when I came in talking about Drew Tate and Robert Gallery and Ed Hinkle and all the times that I stayed after and caught them for photos or, have all their autographs, or I have a book where I drew all of these hand sketches of all these Iowa Hawkeye football players from forever ago. I tell stories like that, and they're like, okay, yeah, you've been around this for a while. You understand. I think the biggest thing is not so much about knowing the specifics about maybe players or statistics or things like that from the past. I think more of it is just understanding the culture and the people and what the University of Iowa as a whole is about. And so just kind of being able to represent that in a good way and understanding kind of, like I said, what they're about and what their student athletes and coaches are going to preach. And if I can relay that information accurately.
And living in Cedar Rapids, yeah, that makes sense. And living in Cedar Rapids, too. I mean, that's basically, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids is basically, it's the same TV market.
Right.
So you are really overexposed with Hawkeye stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Growing up, you know how to pronounce Kinnick.
Yep.
That'd be the concern to me, that you might mispronounce like a player's name or something, or
Yep.
Not know who they are or the significance. But you have all that.
Yeah. I kind of grew up around it, and I spent a lot of time at Kinnick Stadium growing up, and when I was in college, spent a year cheerleading, so I was down on the sideline anyway. But yeah, so I know what I know, I guess. But there's been a lot of research that's gone into maybe some other sports that I'm not as familiar with. Field hockey took a lot of research for me. I didn't understand the sport fully from the beginning, which I don't. There's no field hockey teams in Iowa other than the University of Iowa. And so I think that's understandable that I didn't quite understand the sport itself right at first, but I've definitely come to appreciate the sport and the student athletes and what they put themselves through to be great at the sport. So things like that. I never played volleyball or soccer. And so those were two things that I understood the sport and I got the rules and things like that, but I didn't understand exactly the mechanics or, the way that they work as a team, things like that. So that took a little more research. But yeah. Yeah,
it's like, I know you try and score a goal. That's what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with soccer. I don't know it's not like with football where you can kind of analyze, well, you, of all people, considering your marriage, can analyze, how a play develops along the offensive line and, things like that. And you can appreciate that. But sometimes you just know, put the ball in the basket.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of where I am. Like, I went to the Iowa soccer game, the first game of the year, about a little over a week ago, when they had the tie against Missouri. I didn't know they went to double overtime or any of that. But I went because I enjoyed it. And kind of talking about what I mentioned earlier, the athletes out there chose to come to the University of Iowa. They've spent their whole life plying this craft, this skill, this sport, to excel at it. And at the next level, they said, I want to go here. I want to spend the next 4 years in Iowa City at the University of Iowa. And that means a lot to me as somebody who grew up here. And so I feel like I should go out and support them when I can. So in the last year, I haven't hit field hockey. I want to hit field hockey this year. Soccer, softball, baseball. Of course, I'm always in baseball. I had season tickets for women's basketball. I try and make it to a little bit of everything. Maybe get some volleyball and gymnastics this year. Right.
Have you been to women's gymnastics?
I never have, and I have an invitation. I need to go.
You need to go.
My friend Barb is always saying, you should sit by me.
Yeah.
So
it's so good.
It is.
Very entertaining.
I do follow them on Instagram, though, because the fact that all of the different Iowa teams have Instagram accounts is fun to follow.
Yes, for sure.
Because half of it is them going to class and what to me was an experience 20 or 30 years ago, to them it's a brand new experience.
Right.
Like, we've never been to, whatever restaurant before, or, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is the first time. One of them was like, this is the first time I've ever been inside Carver. It was like them going to it was like a freshman. They did the takeover thing, and it was one of the freshmen going to practice for the first time at Carver.
Oh, wow.
And they'd never seen Carver before.
Very cool.
Except for maybe when they came in for their recruitment trip. And it was just like, wow. It's like that sense of awe. I love watching that come over other people's faces it's something I've lived with for however long Carver's been there, since the early 80s.
Yeah, and it kind of takes you, when you see that, it takes you back to the time when you first saw, at least when I first saw it and I first got that feeling, and the feeling of going to a game and being a fan, when you see other people enjoying it, it's just like, oh, it's the best feeling ever. It
is. I'll get that way the first time I come into Kinnick, too.
Every time.
Even when I went into the spring game, I haven't been here in months. It's all new again.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the north end zone, it really was new.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that thing crazy?
That is great. You got the Tiger Hawk on the water tower.
I know. What more can we ask for, right?
Were you there when they did the announcement did you know about it before they put it up on the...
I knew it. I knew about it probably a half hour before they put it up on the board. Yeah, because I interviewed Gary Barta down there on the field when he introduced it.
That's right.
So that was, I mean, it was a total surprise to me, and I was just like, okay, let's tell him now.
I forgot you interviewed him because I was so busy getting on the KCJJ Facebook and Twitter. Big announcement, trying to get it on there like breaking news. I mean, it was breaking news.
Yeah.
Water Tower's going to have a tiger hawk.
I know, something people have been wanting for a long time. So it was very cool to see that come together, and I mean, the tiger hawk on the field, all of it was just a lot of good memories of things that, I mean, are going to be around forever. And then to be able to see it go up for the first time, I mean, that's history. I mean, you were a part of history.
I think it says a lot about the Iowa Athletics Department that they've gone, because, as we said before, Twitter can be, and Facebook can be just evil. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are saying, let's get a tiger hawk at midfield. Let's get a tiger hawk on the water tower. And the university figured out a way to make it get done and followed and did it.
Yeah, I think that just shows, how much their fans mean to them, or how, I guess, our fans, since I'm a part of that, but how much our fans mean to the athletic department, and they just want to make them happy and give them a lot of, great memories and let them be a part of everything.
And the Wave started online. That was an online thing, too, that started.
Yes, definitely. And I love that I can speak from, conversations we've had, that the athletic department is they want the Wave to stay organic. Yeah. In no way do they want it to turn into a sponsored thing or, anything like that. It's strictly from the fans to the kids, and that's it. It's a special moment for them to enjoy, and that's all it is.
And the only, merchandise I've seen, T-shirts, all the money goes to the Children's Hospital. So it's for a good cause.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I think that's really special, and I think that
was a concern with people like, when are they going to get a sponsor for this,
Right. But yeah. No, I personally don't think it'll ever happen, and I think that's great. I think that it needs to stay organic, and like I said, I think that just shows a lot of kind of what the people mean to the athletic department in a way.
I'm very interested too for that end of the first quarter for the Northern Iowa game, and then isn't it halftime when is it Pat Green is his name, the performer,
right?
Who did the song that they play? He's going to perform at Kinnick.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
That'll be fun. That'll be different.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think that'll be really special. I mean, that's just an emotional time anyway, and then to have him there, I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah. Is there anything else we haven't touched on? I don't want to keep you here too long. It's going to rain.
I know. I wore my raincoat, though, so I think I'm okay. But I don't think so. I think that I kind of covered everything I wanted to. I think just going into this season, it was really important for me on all my platforms. I mean, social media, these kind of opportunities. It's just important for me to express my gratitude to everyone that has welcomed me into the Hawkeye family, I guess you could say. I was a part of it before as a fan,
right? But
now just kind of seeing how people have reacted to me and reacted to the position in itself, it's just really special, and I 120% just appreciate everything that's come from this position, and yeah, just a huge thank you to everybody.
Well, and I want to thank you for coming in here too, because you didn't have to drive all the way out here, like I said. But
hey,
you did.
I did, and it's a good time. It's always a good time.
Yeah, thank you, Laura, for coming in.
Thank you.
Laura VandeBerg, of course, from the University of Iowa. You can see her at the Iowa game, the football game this Saturday at Kinnick, and at other events throughout the year as well.
That's right. Hey, thank you.
We'll be back with more Hey Lang on the Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
If you want great food, great beer, and great specials every day of the week, you need Sam's Pizza. How about half-price build-your-own pizza every Tuesday? How about trivia time with great prizes every Thursday? How about great pizza, burger, wing, and drink specials every day of the week? That's why you need Sam's Pizza, 441 South Gilbert Street in Iowa City. Or call for delivery, 337-8200. Sam's Pizza. 7 days without it makes 1 week.
At Deary Ford, we want to be here for you.
Patrick Eads, General Manager.